Based on negatively charged and positively charged ions, salts are categorized. Let us learn each of the family of salts. Family of salt. Salts with same positive ions or negative ions are said to belong to the same family of salts. Let us look into a few examples. Example 1. Sodium chloride, NaCl, and sodium sulfate, NaSO4, belong to the same family of salts called sodium salts, because both contain the same positively charged ions, sodium ions. Example 2. Sodium chloride and potassium chloride belong to the same family of salts called chloride salts, because both contain the same negatively charged ions, chloride ions. Some of the important families of salts are sodium salts, calcium salts, magnesium salts, zinc salts, potassium salts, aluminum salts, copper salts, ammonium salts, chloride salts, sulfate salts, nitrate salts, carbonate salts. Let's write the formulae and identify the family, acids and bases for the following salts. Potassium sulfate, sodium sulfate, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, copper sulfate, sodium chloride, sodium nitrate, sodium carbonate. Ammonium chloride. Let us see the procedure. Salt is a compound formed by the reaction of acids and bases. This process is called neutralization. Opposite to neutralization process is hydrolysis, that is, acids and bases are formed from salts. For example, by using hydrolysis process, we can identify the acids and bases for potassium sulfate. The chemical equation is K2SO4 plus H2 on hydrolysis. It gives 2K plus OH minus, plus H2 plus SO4 minus. The same procedure is followed for the remaining salts to identify acid, base and their family. Formula for potassium sulfate is K2SO4. Its base is KOH, and acid is H2SO4, and it belongs to potassium, or sulfate family. Formula for sodium sulfate is Na2SO4. Its base is NaOH, and acid is H2SO4, and it belongs to sodium, or sulfate family. Formula for calcium sulfate is CaSO4. Its base is CaOH2, and acid is H2SO4, and it belongs to calcium, or sulfate family. Formula for magnesium sulfate is MgSO4. Its base is MgOH2, and acid is H2SO4, and it belongs to magnesium, or sulfate family. Formula for copper sulfate is CuSO4. Its base is CuOH2, and acid is H2SO4, and it belongs to copper, or sulfate family. Formula for sodium chloride is NaCl. Its base is NaOH, and acid is HCl, and it belongs to sodium, or chloride family. Formula for sodium nitrate is NaNO3. Its base is NaOH, and acid is HNO3, and it belongs to sodium, or nitrate family. Formula for sodium carbonate is Na2CO3. Its base is NaOH, and acid is H2CO3, and it belongs to sodium, or carbonate family. Formula for ammonium chloride is NH4Cl. Its base is NH4OH, and acid is HCl, and it belongs to ammonium or chloride family. Please note that family of salt coming by comparing two salts, based on their similar positive, or negative, charged ions. pH of salt. The term pH refers to power of hydrogen ions. pH is used to measure the concentration of hydrogen ions in acids and bases. The pH values for salts are: when strong acid react with strong base, then pH value of the solution is equal to 7. When strong acid react with weak base, then pH value of the solution is less than 7. When weak acid react with strong base, then pH value of the solution is greater than 7. Here you should note that weak acid and weak base also react each other. The resulting solution behavior is based on their pH value, whether it is acidic or basic in nature. Aqueous solutions of many salts are neutral, having a pH of 7, but some salts produce acidic or basic properties when dissolved in water. The examples for pH value of some of the salt solutions are: salt solution is sodium chloride, its pH value is 7, and it is neutral. Ammonium chloride. The pH value is 6 and its nature is acidic. Sodium carbonate. The pH value is 9 and its nature is basic. Note, the acidic and basic nature of salt solutions can be explained on the basis of hydrolysis of water. Hydrolysis means splitting of a compound by the action of water. Collect the following salt samples, and identify acid and base and the pH value. Sodium chloride, potassium nitrate, aluminium chloride, zinc sulfate, sodium acetate, copper sulfate, sodium carbonate, sodium hydrogen carbonate. By hydrolysis of salts, we can get acid and bases and its pH value. The chemical equation is NaCl plus H2O on hydrolysis. It gives Na plus OH minus, plus H plus Cl minus. Note that pH can be identified by using universal indicator, or by calculating pH using equilibrium constant of hydrogen ion concentration. Let us see some salts to identify acid, base and their pH value. Formula for sodium chloride is NaCl, and its pH value is 7. Its base is NaOH, and its acid is HCl. Formula for potassium nitrate is KNO3, and its pH value is 6.2. Its base is KOH, and its acid is HNO3. Formula for aluminium chloride is AlCl3, and its pH value is 5.5 to 6.0. Its base is Al2O3, and its acid is HCl. Formula for zinc sulfate is ZnSO4, and its pH value is 5.0 to 7.0. Its base is ZnOH2, and its acid is H2SO4. Formula for copper sulfate is CuSO4, and its pH value is 4.0 to 4.5. Its base is CuOH2, and its acid is H2SO4. Formula for sodium acetate is CH3COONA, and its pH value is 8.9. Its base is NaOH, and its acid is CH3COOH. Formula for sodium carbonate is Na2CO3, and its pH value is 11.6. Its base is NaOH, and its acid is H2CO3. Formula for sodium hydrogen carbonate is NaHCO3, and its pH value is 8.4. Its base is Na2CO3, and its acid is CO2. Please note that some substances, salts, metals, metal oxides and non-metal oxides, act as acid or base during the preparation of salts.